Uspap, page 250. Appraisal Development, Appraisal Dates. Number 143. Effective date and date of the report. Question. I have been engaged to perform a valuation assignment. The assignment is to develop an opinion of the market value of the subject property in its current as-is condition. Uspap states current appraisals occur when the effective date of the appraisal is contemporaneous with the date of the report. In this context, what does contemporaneous with the date of the report? What defines contemporaneous with the date of the report? Response. In Uspap, there are three different types of appraisals: retrospective, current, and prospective, as explained in Advisory Opinion 34. Retrospective and prospective value opinions. Current appraisals occur when the effective date of the appraisal is contemporaneous with the date of the report. Because most appraisals require current value opinions, the importance of specifying both the date of the report and the effective date of the analysis is sometimes lost. Current appraisal assignments are based on the effective date of the appraisal being contemporaneous with the date of the report. Contemporaneous means arising, existing, or occurring during the same time period. In this context, contemporaneous is not intended to mean simultaneous, because the same time period may very well differ from assignment to assignment. One single specific time period cannot be provided that can be used for all assignments. However, for an assignment to include a current appraisal opinion, there must not have been a significant change in the property characteristics or market conditions between the effective date of the appraisal and the date of the report. Number 144. Competency as of effective date of the appraisal. Question. Can an appraiser prepare a retrospective appraisal with an effective date of appraisal as of 5 years ago, if that appraiser wasn't even an appraiser 5 years ago? Response. Yes. The appraiser must comply with the competency rule at the time the appraiser develops the appraisal, regardless of the effective date of the appraisal, which means date of value. If the appraiser is to develop a value opinion, be it retrospective, prospective, or current, the appraiser must be able to deal with the nuances, I can't say that word, nuances, I don't know, of such an assignment at the time he or she is performing the assignment. For instance, to research data associated with the retrospective, prospective, or current effective date of the appraisal, and to analyze the data in light of market conditions as of that date. It is not necessary for the appraiser to be or to have been a competent appraiser as of the effective date of the appraisal. An appraiser could develop a retrospective appraisal with an effective date of the appraisal that is prior to the appraiser's own date of birth. Likewise, an appraiser could develop a prospective appraisal with an effective date of the appraisal that occurs after the date of his or her own death. These would be legitimate assignments that could be completed according to Uspap. In such cases, the appraiser could not be considered to be a competent appraiser as of the effective dates of those appraisals. Number 145, current and retrospective value opinions within one report. Question: I have been asked to perform an appraisal assignment that includes providing a retrospective value as well as a current value. Can I report both value opinions within one appraisal report? Response: yes. You can communicate both opinions of value within one appraisal report. Since two opinions of value appraisals are included in the report, both opinions must be developed in conformance with the appropriate standards 1, 5, 7, or 9. Page 251. Appraisal Development, Appraisal Dates Continued. Number 146. Post-value date information in retrospective appraisals. Question: the real property that I am appraising is in a market that was impacted by the major regional employer's closing of its facility 3 years ago. My client needs an opinion of value as of a date that preceded any knowledge of that facility being closed. Is it appropriate to include the fact that the facility closed in my retrospective appraisal? Response: a thorough review of advisory opinion number 34, retrospective and prospective value opinions is necessary to properly deal with the problem the appraiser faces in this question. A retrospective appraisal is complicated by the fact that the appraiser already knows what occurred in the market after the effective date of the appraisal. Data subsequent to the effective date may be considered in developing a retrospective value as a confirmation of trends that would reasonably be considered by a buyer or seller as of that date. The appraiser should determine a logical cutoff for the data to be used in the analysis, because at some point distant from the effective date, the subsequent data will no longer provide an accurate representation of market conditions as of the effective date. This is a difficult determination to make. Studying the market conditions as of the date of the appraisal assists the appraiser in judging where he or she should make this cutoff. With market evidence that data subsequent to the effective date was consistent with market expectations as of the effective date, the subsequent data should be used. In the absence of such evidence, the effective date should be used as the cutoff date for data considered by the appraiser. The appraiser cannot include in the analysis the fact that an event subsequent to the date of value in a retrospective appraisal changed the market conditions that existed as of the date of value. Using such information is not consistent with the intended use of the appraisal because buyers and sellers had no knowledge or expectation of that subsequent event as of the date of value. However, an appraiser may disclose facts in an appraisal report about events that occurred subsequent to the date of value in an appraisal. Such a disclosure is particularly appropriate when the appraiser has reason to believe the intended users of the report could be misled by not knowing those facts in the current time frame when the appraisal is being used. Number 147, appraisal based on current and prospective dates of value. Question: my client, a federally regulated lender, has requested a market value appraisal for use in financing a commercial property development project. The client's stated loan conditions include a requirement that the property be leased before the onset of its development. The client stated they need, number one, an opinion of market value for the property that actually exists as of the current date, which is the site with its entitlements and under the zoning in effect as of the current date. And number two, an opinion of market value as of the future date, a prospective value opinion when the property will be physically completed and occupied under the pre-leasing terms and conditions. Must I develop both of these opinions of value? And if so, why? Response: yes. The client needs both opinions to aid in identifying its project development loan risk and respond to regulatory requirements and guidelines. The client's project development loan decision would typically be based in part on your analysis of highest and best use. See Standards Rule 1-3B. and the feasibility of the development project. See Standards Rules 1-2E, comment on I, Roman numeral 1 through 5. The value of the site with its entitlements and under the zoning in effect as of the current date. For instance, without use of a hypothetical condition, is an important component in your analysis, and it provides the client with information necessary to identify development risk and determine appropriate loan terms and conditions. Absent other factors, this value opinion could be